Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good, my dude?
Yo, man, I really appreciate you coming to get me. I really had no idea who to reach out to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Don't worry about it.
Hold on, wait a second.
What's up, dude? You good over there?
No, hold on. What are you doing here? What do you mean, what am I doing here? You don't have any friends. Who'd you think was gonna pick you up? Holy shit, I don't have any friends.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video here on my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Tim Black, aka the host of this channel. Well, not really, I wouldn't call myself a host. Let's try that again. Yo, what's going on? My name is Tim Black and I have a YouTube channel that you're on right now. Dude, nailed that. Now I'm sure a few of you guys are thinking like, why such a dark topic on a Monday? Like, this is not how I want to start off my week. And believe me, it's not the best way to start off the week, but there's a good reason for this topic. Okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this today is because for the first time in my life, I live in a city where I don't know anybody. So far in my life, I've lived in El Paso, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Dallas, Texas, and now Austin, Texas. And a lot of you guys are like, oh, you need to leave Texas. I'm never leaving Texas. But what I'm getting at is every place I've lived, I've always had friends. Now I spent the first 18 years of my life in El Paso, which means I had so much time to make friends, and I got lucky because a lot of those friends actually moved to Phoenix with me when we went to school together. Hell, I had my best friend as my roommate. We joined the same fraternity, we did everything together, and then even that same best friend moved to Dallas with me. Like, we were already there together. I had other friends from my fraternity that were there. I've always had friends in the city that I lived in. Now I'm in Austin, and it's like, damn. I don't know anybody in Austin. Now, I don't mean that literally because I do actually know quite a few people, but they're more like acquaintances that I went to high school with and just like friends of friends. They're not really my real friends, you know? Now, for the people I do know in Austin, you're probably watching this like, yo, what the hell? I thought we were boys. I'm not saying that we're not friends, but what I'm saying is that I have a different definition of what I call a true friend. Oh yeah, then what's a true friend, huh? I'm glad you asked that because I have this really weird and unique way of identifying who my true friends are.
Every year since I turned 18, I ask myself the same question.
Tim, who are you gonna invite to your wedding? But then I take it a step further and I ask myself, who would actually show up? I mean, I'm a pretty cool dude, right? If I invite somebody to a wedding, they're gonna show up because they're my friend, right? I mean, but then at the same time, there's also been plenty of weddings that I didn't show up to because I guess I wasn't a true friend. So there's a good chance that people don't show up to my wedding because one, I screwed them over at theirs, but two, they may not actually be a true friend to me. Another good thing to ask yourself is if you need a ride to the airport, who are you gonna call? Or better yet, if you're moving to a new city, who's gonna help you move? Or what if you're dying? What if you need a ride to the hospital? Who's gonna take you to the hospital? Actually, I guess if you're dying, probably call an ambulance. Don't do that. Let's say it's more minor. Let's say you got an M&M stuck up your nose. And don't ask me why I'm using that as an example because it's definitely happened. But let's say you gotta go to the hospital for something minor like that. Who's gonna take you to the hospital? The sad reality is there's a lot of us who'd probably call a taxi. Or I guess we wouldn't call a taxi. What is it? We'd call an Uber. We'd probably call an Uber, or we would just hire movers. We would just call an ambulance, I guess, over an M&M stuck in our nose. And it happens. I promise it's more common than you think. But what I'm getting at is the sad reality for a lot of us is that we don't have true friends that we can rely on for these kind of things. You guys notice anything different about me? And it's not really super noticeable, but for the first time I think on this entire channel, I'm wearing pants. I never wear pants. It's so cold outside though, and I know it's gonna sound counterintuitive because I'm wearing short sleeves and pants, but I don't wear pants. I think this is the first time you guys may have ever seen me wear pants on this channel. In case you're wondering, I'm replacing the bearings on my old board. That's my new one back there, but this is the one I used to ride in college when I used to get to class. But the bearings are like orange from rust. All right, back to the topic of the video. Now, this last year has been a weird year for a lot of us, but I think it's been so tough for us and tough for me because I realized that there's a lot of us out there that don't have someone to turn to in times like this. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like in the last few years, I myself have used social media as a crutch for making friends. And what I mean by this is that social media makes it so easy for us to connect with one another, but they're not genuine connections. It's just like surface level connections with other people. So I've been sitting here telling myself, oh, I have 2,000 Instagram followers or like 2,000 friends on Facebook or this many people like my tweets. These are all my friends. These are the people that are willing to come pick me up when I need them most. But the reality is they're not. I don't really know anything past their handles and their interests and the stuff that they like on the internet. I don't know them personally enough to be a good friend to them. Now, by no means am I saying social media is bad. Hell, I actually used it for this video. I asked a few people on my Instagram if they had friends that were willing to come drop everything and pick them up for anything that they asked. And a lot of them said no. The more I talked about it with them, the more we came to the conclusion that all of us are feeling very similar to how I'm feeling now, that we don't have genuine friendships. We just have these surface level connections. And like I was saying, I feel like a lot of us are starting to realize realize this more and more, especially this year, because there's no one to turn to with our mental health issues during COVID. There's no shoulder for us to cry on. There's just nobody around when we feel like we need it most, because all of these friends and all these connections that we have aren't genuine. Now, the topic of this video isn't how to make friends necessarily, but there is one pro tip I want to share with you guys, and that's not to go meet people or try to meet people in places that you don't go to or by doing things that you don't normally do. Now, what I mean by this is I was the kind of person before that thought I had to meet friends in bars. I thought I had to go meet people in bars because that's all people in their 20s did. If you've been here long enough, you know why I'm sober, but I'm not the kind of person that drinks or likes to go out anymore. So obviously, if I'm meeting people in bars, what they do for fun is go to bars, and then if I meet them, we become friends. That's what we're going to be doing. So now I try meeting people through my hobbies, through my videography, through my photography, even coming to the skate park. I mean, I am absolute ass at skating. I just got back into it maybe a couple months ago. It's an on and off thing for me, but I'm terrible. But the people here are nice. They help me out. They try to teach me. So I get the benefit of learning how to skate again, but also by making friends that have similar interests as me. That's some awesome advice, pre-recorded Tim, but you know what? I think I want to add to that just a little bit. So last week I posted a video about how healthy relationships require effort, and if you haven't seen that, you should watch it. I'll link it somewhere up here, but watch it because I put my soul into these videos. All right, whatever. Like I was saying, I posted this video talking about how healthy relationships require a good amount of work. I think everything I said in that video also applies to friendships. I mean, if you think about it, friendships are very similar to relationships in a lot of aspects. Now, one way that they are very similar is that they both require work. I've learned over the last couple years that if you truly want a good friend, you also have to be a good friend yourself. Friendships have always required work, but I've noticed in my life as I got older that they require more and more the older I get. I think the reason for this is because as we get older, there's more things that come into our life. I mean, I got a full-time job, I got this YouTube channel, I've got friends, I've got family. Hell, one day I'll have a family of my own and kids, and that just adds more things into your life. I don't know if you guys can tell because the lens is filthy, but it's raining on me now, so I gotta take this somewhere else. You guys have no idea how crazy it is filming in Texas. I wake up this morning, it's nice and sunny, and then like 3 hours later, it's foggy and it's raining, and I gotta find a new spot to film. Okay, so as I was saying, life definitely gets busier and busier the older I get, and it seems like the older I get, the smaller my list of friends gets, but I can't blame all of that on life itself. You know, when I started filming this video, it was supposed to be more about like, oh, life is sad, the pandemic's been hard, and this and that, and kind of like a feel bad for yourself kind of video. Now it's turning more into holding yourself accountable, especially holding myself accountable in this. Because like I was saying, life isn't the only reason why my list of friends gets smaller and smaller. I think a lot of that comes down to me and my own actions. This kind of ties back to what I was saying earlier about how friendships require work, and I think a lot of the work has been lacking on my end. I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I use things as an excuse. Like I use my Instagram followers as an excuse. I use my Facebook friends as an excuse. I use my girlfriend as an excuse. I use so many different things in my life as an excuse to be like, oh, I can't do this. Like I can't go out and hang out with you tonight, or I can't talk to you right now. I'm busy right now. And I just say no to a lot of things because, you know, we have our connection on the internet. Why do we need more of a connection than that? I feel like it'd be a little hypocritical of me to sit here and say, you guys got to put in this much effort and no one wants to hang out with me and I don't have any friends, but at the same time, I'm not putting in the effort myself. So I guess what I'm trying to get at now is that if you guys feel like you're in a similar situation to me where it feels like you have no one to turn to, it feels like nobody wants to hang out with you, you don't have someone to give you a ride to the hospital or to the airport or even to help you move, maybe you yourself have to stop and do some digging and say, hey, am I also being a friend that someone wants to reach out to? I know sometimes if we're not careful, it becomes really easy to be the friend that's always asking for a favor, always asking to do something, but you're never giving something in return. So I think that's another thing we have to be aware of, is making sure that we are putting in that same effort. We're having a two-way relationship with our friends. With anybody in our life, it has to go both ways. You have to put in the amount of effort that someone's giving to you. Guys, I can't win here. It's just like coming down. That's like the moment I step out from the shade, it's just like my camera's getting drenched. I think I'm gonna have to wrap this up and take it back into the car. It's so cold and it's so rainy and my allergies are kicking my ass, and this Texas weather just stresses me out. I just want to go home and finish this video. I'm totally kidding. This is actually my favorite weather to be in. I love this so much. Texas does throw me for a couple curveballs now and then, but it's fantastic. It's just not great weather to film in. So for your guys' sake, I gotta go home, and also for the sake of my camera not getting ruined by this rain. That's much better, much more dry. And look at this. My girlfriend actually got some plants for a little fireplace thing, so I think this section of our apartment's finally done. And also, in bigger, more exciting news for me, I don't think you guys have seen my new camera setup though, but look how massive this microphone is. And I got this new camera. I guess if I zoom in, just gonna zoom into the lens. But yeah, this is my new camera, my new monster of a lens. This thing's insane. So even if you guys don't see an increase in quality, just be like, yo, Tim, like your videos look really good lately. Like you got a new camera or something? Because it's gonna make me feel so much better.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Hi, buddy. So I guess the main takeaway for me in this video is that now that I live in Austin, I'm in a new city, like I get to start fresh. I want to use this to my advantage and actually go out and make friends, which isn't easy. I'm not saying that's going to be the easy part, but I do want to put more effort into it, and I want to be a good friend to people. I don't want to keep relying on superficial internet connections with people. I want to have real, authentic friendship with people that I don't mind going out to see, or I don't mind if they call me at 3 a.m. and say, hey man, come bail me out of jail. I want those kind of friendships. So I guess if you're finding yourself in the same position as me, you know, it's not bad to let it out. I mean, I had to do it for the first half of this video, just say, you know what, life's not fair, making friends is hard, this, that, that. There's so many different things that we can say. And yes, those are all valid, but at the same time, make sure that you're actually putting in the effort that you want someone to put in for you. But also take this as a challenge. If you feel like you don't have any friends right now, if you feel like it's hard to make friends, just put yourself out there. I wish it didn't take me moving to a new city to realize that I need to put more effort into this kind of stuff, but you know what? I'm here now. And you know what? I think that may be the conclusion of today's video. Because one, I'm wet and I want to go change my clothes, and two, I don't think I have anything else to add. If you guys have anything you want to add, throw it down in the comments below. I'm curious to see if you guys are in the same boat as me. I know this last year's been tough for a lot of us, so I'm curious to see what everyone else has to say. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining. I love every single one of you guys. I will see you in the next video.